Armories and vendors have always been a thing in Fire Emblem. They are used as a way to get supplies, like weapons and items, and Sacred Stones is no exception to this, even going in so far to add different versions of armories and vendors depending on if you're on the world map or in the chapter map itself. However, what if I told you that there's an inaccessible armory vendor combination in the game, and it's not a secret shop? Have I got your attention? Well, I sure hope I have. So why don't I tell you about these super secret shops? Before I tell you what these shops sell, I should go over why they're inaccessible in the first place. These shops are located in the first floor of the Tower of Valny, a place that, on the surface, has neither a visible armory nor a vendor. However, if you delve into the game's code for the map, you'll find that there is data for the shops on the map, but they're located on terrain that cannot be traversed. If you edit the map to put traversable tiles there, or put them on traversable tiles, you can send a unit over to those shops. After all that's done, and you've found your way there, what goodies will be awaiting you there? Unfortunately, these shops aren't very well stocked, but I guess having to break reality to access them is not a good way for suppliers to reach you. Regardless, they only have one item in each shop. The armory carries wind swords, and the vendor sells ocean seals. While these items do carry a pretty steep price tag on them, it's interesting that the data for these shops show up in the first place. Wind swords may have helped casual players a bit by giving a unit like Joshua 1 and 2 range, especially with how much more uses a wind sword has over a javelin or hand axe, for example. The ocean seal would have prevented competition for the one that comes in Chapter 9. Even though the only competition for such an item is between Ross and Colm, it's nice to not have to worry about which one gets it without needing to wait for the secret shop in chapters 14 and 19, which is way too long. Why were these shops planned? Honestly, I wish I knew. Maybe they were planned to be here because some items in the tower, like rune swords, are pretty tough to get, so having a viable alternative would have been nice, but these shops were cut from the final release for whatever reason. If these shops were still accessible in the main game, it honestly wouldn't have been a bad thing, considering that the wind sword, at least, can show up as a rare droppable in the tower. But I guess if you had viable rune swords, then the game could be cheesed harder than it already was. Whatever. I think I've talked enough about this. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all the next time I